My name is Craig Lipset. I'm an assistant professor of health informatics at Rutgers University. I'm the co-chair for the Decentralized Trials and Research Alliance, and I'm an advisor at Clinical Innovation Partners. Over the years, I've held a number of different roles related to clinical trial design and planning and execution. But today, I'm primarily working as an advisor with a number of pharmaceutical and biotechnology companies on their strategies for how to run clinical trials across their different disease areas, as well as with some advocacy and nonprofit organizations, and with technology companies that are developing new solutions to help make clinical trials go better. Why are clinical trials so important, and who are they important for? Well, in reality, the pharmacy shelves would be empty and our medicine cabinets would be empty if we didn't have clinical trials in order for us to understand what medicines work and which medicines don't. And importantly, for which people do those medicines work. But beyond that, we need diverse participation in these trials in order for us to truly understand which medicines work for which people. If all of our clinical trials enroll just people that look like me, we don't understand at the end of the day which medicines really work for which patient populations. Now, for most people, the starting place that's preferred is to begin by talking to your current physician, your existing doctor that you're seeing as a part of your routine care. In fact, when we look at survey data on patient preference, that's pretty consistent. People would like to learn about clinical trials from their existing physicians. Unfortunately, it's not always the case for how people find clinical trials. And so while that's an important starting place and it's an important conversation to have, all too often, our own physicians aren't necessarily current on what other clinical trials are out there, the ones that may be right for me. And so sometimes we as patients need to also roll up our sleeves and go online, whether that means connecting with patient communities or with other trusted resources. Now, some of the most trusted resources online are websites like cancer.gov or clinicaltrials.gov, these websites that are run by the National Institutes of Health and the National Cancer Institute. Sometimes, while those are very trusted websites, the information there and the interface of trying to navigate just isn't easy for people. And so there are other trusted resources online that sometimes use a lot of that same information, but just do a better job of making it easier to search and easier to understand. But like many of us, I have my own experiences as a patient. In my case, I've been a patient with a relatively rare pulmonary condition called pulmonary sarcoidosis. And that's had a very important effect on my life and my journey and my understanding and appreciation of trying to find a diagnosis and the importance of accessing and managing my own data as I navigate different providers in my life. I can understand, even just in my position of being a man who has access to lots of healthcare resources, working in this industry, just how hard it was for me to try to navigate this system, to get a clear diagnosis and understand different treatment options. And so that certainly motivates me to use the positions that I have and the influence that I have in the community today to try to make that easier for others. The people that are working so hard to bring these medicines forward, to run these studies in an ethical and an accessible way, often have their own journeys and their own experiences of patients, just like me. I think once upon a time, years ago, we were encouraged to be a little more quiet and to kind of park your experiences in the closet when you get to work. But today, more and more of us are very open and feel more comfortable and transparent in sharing that. And as a result, we're able to bring those experiences into our work.